The donghua begins by showing a scene when the powers of the spirits of the heavens and the spirits of the earth are separated, and that's when the first demon was born on earth, Primordium. Primordium was born with high greed and a great desire to rule the three realms. He also has the power of the spirit of darkness so strong that not a single bodhisattva in the celestial world nor any heavenly generals can beat him. Finally, a male Buddhist disciple sealed Primordium into the darkest part of the earth using all the chi energy he had. The scene shifts to several thousand years later when a male monk named Tong travels to the west searching for scriptures with his three male disciples, namely Wukong, Zhu Beiji, and Wu Jing. Wukong himself was a very strong and unruly monkey demon, but he was the student who cared for and loved Monk Tong the most. Zhu Beiji is a pig demon who likes to eat whatever dish is in sight, while Wu Jing is a water demon known to be slow and very difficult to memorize Buddhist mantras. On the way, Wukong, Zhu Beiji, and Wu Jing stopped at a temple called Wu Zhuan to rest and offer prayers to the Buddha. At the temple, they were greeted by two twin girls who were assigned to guard the Wu Zhuan temple named Wind and Moon. Currently, Wind and Moon have to look after the temple alone because their teacher, Xinyu is going to the celestial world to attend a party held by the rulers of heaven. While Zhu Beiji was busy gathering all the fruit from the orchards around the temple, he overheard a conversation between Wind and Moon which mentioned that there was a treasure of magical fruit hidden in the shrine. Then he told Wukong about the treasure, and invited him to look for the treasure together. Soon after, Wukong and Zhu Beiji decided to transform into beetles and flies so they could secretly follow the twin girls and find out the location of the treasure. After entering a secret room connected to a garden, they found a large tree with a magical fruit shaped like a human baby. Apparently, the magic fruit is meant to be a treasure in the temple, and it is rumored that people who eat the fruit will gain very high cultivation power. Before the gate of the secret room was closed, Wukong managed to take the golden staff previously secured by Wind and Moon. Afterward, Wukong used the golden staff to take the fruit. Soon after, Wukong hit the magic fruit until the fruit fell to the ground, but strangely when Zhu Beiji was about to take the fruit, it suddenly disappeared without a trace. Suddenly, Wukong began to feel the presence of divine energy and demonic energy simultaneously from within the ground around the tree. Then he tried to release the two energies using his spiritual power, and it turned out that the mixed energy came from the god of the land hiding in that place. When the god of the land appeared, Wukong thought that he was the one who had stolen the magical fruit that had previously disappeared into the ground, so he beat the god with his golden staff. Then the god of the land asked Wukong to stop hitting him and convinced him that he was not the thief of the magical fruit. The god of the land explains that a magic fruit is a fruit that possesses a human spirit, and they need 10,000 years to wait for it to bloom and become a ripe fruit. During harvest time, the tree of the magical fruit can only produce 30 pear-shaped fruits. If someone eats the magical fruit, they will have the opportunity to live for 47,000 years. But the fruit cannot be put together or come into direct contact with certain 5 elements: metal, wood, fire, water, and earth. This was because the metal element would cause the magic fruit to fall, the wood element would cause the fruit to rot, the fire element would cause the fruit to burn, the water element would cause the fruit to dissolve, while the earth element would cause the fruit to sink to the bottom of the earth. After hearing the earth god's explanation about the fruit, Wukong became interested in tasting the fruit so he could gain greater strength. Then he climbed onto a tree and plucked 3 magical fruits from it to enjoy them with Zhu Beiji and Wu Jing. While Wukong and his 2 best friends were enjoying the magic fruit on the temple's roof, Wind and Moon, who are guarding the temple, went to the secret room to check on the magic fruit tree. After they circled around the tree and counted the number of magical fruits on the tree, they panicked when they found that 4 of the fruits had disappeared from the tree. Wind and Moon realized that, most likely, the people who had stolen the fruit were the 3 disciples of Monk Tong who were resting in their temple. When they interrogated Wukong, he casually admitted that he had stolen the magic fruit, which made Wind and Moon angry. Then they scolded Monk Tong, who actually did not know anything about the theft because he was deemed unable to teach his 3 students. When Wukong was punished by Wind and Moon, Monk Tong asked him not to put up a fight and accept the consequences of his mistakes. However, because Wukong heard Wind and Moon constantly blaming Monk Tong, he lost his temper and threw tantrums. Shortly after, Wukong got out of control when Wind and Moon alluded to his past, who was a demon who could do nothing but evil. The angry Wukong creates chaos in the secret room by dropping the remaining magic fruits on the earth and destroying the magic tree using his golden staff. At the same time, Master Xinyu, who had just finished attending the party in the heavenly world, noticed the commotion in his temple, so he and his other disciples rushed to the temple. When Master Xinyu arrived, Moon and Wind informed him that Monk Tong's disciples had stolen the magic fruit and destroyed the tree they had been guarding. Upon hearing that, Master Jun Yuan ordered his students to form a demon-slaying circle around the destroyed magic tree. Monk Tong apologized to Master Jun Yuan and said that he was willing to be punished because he had neglected to educate his students. However, Wukong didn't want Monk Tong to accept the punishment for his mistake and instead challenged Master Jun Yuan to a fight. During that battle, when the demon annihilation formation suddenly shattered, the primordium demon came out under the magic tree and took Monk Tong away. Seeing this incident, Master Jun Yuan brought Monk Tong's disciples into a cage that no one could break. Then he asked Moon and Wind to report this incident to Emperor Jade because the current situation was becoming more and more dangerous. Master Jun Yuan then explained to Wukong and the others that the magic tree they had destroyed was used to seal the primordium demon, the first demon on Earth with immense power. However, Wukong arrogantly said he could defeat any demon on Earth, remembering that he was once the king of the monkey demons. He even said that he would definitely be able to defeat the primordium demon and save his teacher. Hearing this, Master Jun Yuan told Wukong that he only had 3 days to save Monk Tong because primordium would attain a perfect form within 3 days, and he would devour Monk Tong's soul to be able to obtain very high cultivation power. If Wukong fails to defeat the primordium demon, this world will be filled with darkness, and all people on Earth will be controlled by evil forces. After hearing the explanation, Wukong made a deal with Master Jun Yuan that if he failed to carry out this mission, he would be willing to be locked up in a 5-finger cage forever. When Wukong and his friends were about to set off to find the whereabouts of the primordium demon, a white spirit from that magic tree secretly sneaked into their supply basket. On the other hand, the primordium demon was going to take Monk Tong to his hideout to meet his army of other demons. Any animal or creature passed by his spirit would become his follower. Upon primordium's arrival at the demon's base, the white-eyebrowed demon king and his troops saluted him after learning that the demon in front of them was primordium. Primordium then asked the white-eyebrowed demon army to guard Monk Tong because when his body reaches its perfect form later, he will suck Monk Tong's soul. Meanwhile, Wukong, Zhu Beiji, and Wu Jing finally noticed that a white spirit was sneaking into their supply basket. Then the white spirit transformed into a very cute human magic fruit, and the fruit spirit confessed that she was the chi energy spirit that had been sealing primordium under the magic tree. The fruit spirit had deliberately followed Wukong and the others because she heard that they were going to search for the primordium demon, and she intended to seal the evil demon once they found him. However, Wukong didn't believe that the tiny fruit spirit was the chi energy that had sealed primordium, so he flicked the fruit spirit toward the forest. Wukong then summoned the earth god from the ground to get clues about primordium's location, but the earth god did not know about this and advised him to ask the mountain god, who was in the temple of the 5 peaks blessing. Before Wukong and the others left, the earth god informed them that the chi energy that sealed primordium would transform into a human form after 10,000 years. At first, Wukong still didn't believe in chi energy transforming into a human, but after Wu Jing showed evidence from history books, he decided to take the tiny fruit spirit with them. After continuing their journey and arriving at a market, Wukong and his comrades decided to rest and eat something. The merchants and customers who were not used to seeing demons like them ran away in fear while the fruit spirit began to devour the fruits. Not long after that, the sky around the market became very dark, and the white-eyebrowed demon king came with his army to kidnap the fruit spirit from Wukong's hands. Realizing this, Wukong asked the fruit spirit to hide in a lantern while he was going to fight against the white-eyebrowed demon army that had been sent by primordium. Suddenly, the situation became even more chaotic when some of the residents being attacked by the demon army suddenly turned into demons and started attacking Wukong's friends. When the white-eyebrowed demon king succeeded in bringing the fruit spirit, Wukong chased him and saved her from the evil demon. However, the demon army still didn't give up, and they kept trying to chase after the fruit spirit. Luckily, Wukong defeated them after he buried them all by destroying the temple building. After the demon army was defeated, the fruit spirit felt very sad after seeing the chaos in the market, so she took the initiative to save the people possessed by the devil's power by using her chi energy. But after the fruit spirit split her chi energy, she started to turn pale and became very weak due to loss of strength. Fortunately, she revived after she filled her energy by eating some of the fruit in the market stall. After the fruit spirit recovered, she and Monk Tong's 3 disciples continued their journey to find the primordium demon. On the other hand, primordium directly devoured the soul of the white-eyebrowed demon king because he had failed to carry out his mission to obtain the fruit spirit. After he ate the soul of the white-browed demon king, primordium's dark power flew out to find the fruit spirit. On their arrival at the 5 Peaks Blessing Temple, Wukong asked Zhu Beiji and Wu Jing to look for the mountain god's whereabouts while he guarded the fruit spirit inside the temple. Not long after that, primordium's dark power reached the temple and directly entered into the mountain god's body to control him. As a result, the the mountain god unknowingly started attacking Wukong, and the fight between them could no longer be avoided. At the same time, Zhu Beiji and Wu Jing also had to deal with the winged raccoon dog, which was very difficult to kill. Wu Jing then opened a history book to find a way to kill the dog, and told Wukong about that method. After knowing an effective way to kill the dog, Wukong pulled out his hair to tie the dog's muzzle so he could kill the dog easily. Afterward, he jumped on top of the mountain god and kicked him in the head to draw out the power of darkness from his body. Luckily, when the dark force was about to attack Wukong, the fruit spirit accidentally sneezed, making him could easily stop the attack with a single gust of wind. After the mountain god woke up, Wukong asked about Primordium's location, and the mountain god told him that Primordium was currently on the top of Millennium Mountain. Before Wukong and the others continued their journey towards Millennium Mountain, the mountain god told them to take care of the fruit spirit so that she would not use her chi energy continuously, because if the chi energy ran out, then she would not be able to be reincarnated. At the same time, the entire army of demons from all corners of the earth is gathering on the top of Millennium Mountain to celebrate the awakening of Primordium, which will soon reach its perfect form. That night, Wukong asked the fruit spirit to sleep so she wouldn't run out of energy, but she refused and continued to sulk like a child. When Wukong called her, the fruit spirit asked what nickname he had. Then Wukong said he was a cunning demon who could do nothing but evil. However, the fruit spirit denied this by saying that not all demons in this world commit crimes, and she believes that Wukong has a good heart. After Wukong promised to invite her to search for the holy book in the west, the fruit spirit finally complied with his words to go to sleep that night. After the fruit spirit fell asleep, Wukong put on a protective circle and left her. Then he and his two best friends fought Primordium. When Wukong, Zhu Beiji, and Wu Jing arrived at the top of Millennium Mountain, they saw hundreds of demons who were already waiting for their arrival. Even though they have to face hundreds of demons at once, they are not afraid and will fight hard to save Monk Tong. Soon after, the battle between Monk Tong's disciples and Primordium's army finally began. Suddenly, Zhu Beiji transforms into a giant pig demon. Then Wu Jing tries to defeat the demon army using water power, while Wukong fights passionately using his golden cane and monkey troop. After most of the demon army was annihilated, Primordium, with almost perfect form, suddenly appeared on the battlefield and challenged them to fight. But since he has enormous power, Primordium can easily make Wukong, Wu Jing, and Zhu Beiji fall to the ground. Primordium, which had managed to find the whereabouts of the fruit spirit, rushed to her location. Knowing that Wukong tried to get up and stop Primordium so he couldn't reach the fruit spirit. Suddenly, Wukong was thrown far into the hill wall, and when Zhu Beiji and Wu Jing tried to save him, they were both killed by Primordium's dark power. At the same time, the protective circle was getting weaker and weaker. When Primordium tried to destroy the protective circle created by Wukong, he tried to get back up and protect the fruit spirit with his body. When the protective circle was broken, Wukong asked the fruit spirit to flee from that place, but she refused to leave and kept silent beside him. At the same time, Primordium, which had reached a perfect form, approached Monk Tong and began to absorb the soul force from his body. The fruit spirit, who didn't want to lose Wukong, tried to save him by handing over her chi energy to him, but he refused and asked her to leave. After Primordium succeeded in obtaining the cultivation power of Monk Tong, he approached Wukong and killed him in the presence of the fruit spirit. Seeing Wukong being killed in front of her eyes, the fruit spirit became very angry and directly attacked Primordium with her chi energy. But unfortunately, Primordium had reached peak strength thanks to the cultivation power he obtained from Monk Tong's soul, so he finally managed to defeat the fruit spirit. Unexpectedly, the chi energy from the fruit spirit penetrated Wukong's body and made him revive with even greater strength. When Primordium almost took over the world, Wukong attacked him with the power of chi energy he got from the fruit spirit. After a very fierce battle between them, who both had reached the peak of their respective strengths, Wukong finally managed to annihilate Primordium with his giant golden staff. After Primordium died, the chi energy from within Wukong's body reappeared and saved Zhu Beiji and Wu Jing. After all of this, they were grieving because they had lost their teacher and the fruit spirit. Soon after, Monk Tong suddenly appeared in front of them, and they approached him. The moral that can be learned from this donghua is that every action or choice you make will always come with consequences, so think wisely before you do something that you might regret.